Hi, my name is Mark Seven and I am the founder and chief organiser of the Run of Hope Liberty Torch Relay.
What's significant about where we are filming this today?
So, what is significant about this place that we're filming in today? For me, it's highly significant. We are in the YMCA in Port Talbot, and this is where Anthony Hopkins started his acting career. And it was Anthony Hopkins' quote, risk death, risk destruction, risk being a fool, which is what sort of massively helped me in life and made me take sort of risks that I normally wouldn't have taken. And so it's incredible to be here today. And he was doing an Easter play, and his words were, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." And I know there's a lot of challenges in the world today, there's a lot of darkness and war and hate, and so these events are about light, love and peace. So yeah, I live in Pembrokeshire, and I have literally gone past Port Talbot, without exaggeration, hundreds of times. And then now it's 2026 and March 2026, and a few weeks ago I was on the train going to Pembrokeshire from Cardiff, and I met three wonderful people there from Port Talbot YMCA, and we started talking, and it turned out that Michael Sheen's dad had done a lot of work here, and you know, one of the people that I will invite into this event is Michael Sheen, because I think he's spectacular what he does for communities. And then lo and behold, I find myself in front of this stage where Anthony Hopkins said his first acting lines.
Tell us about the event, or should I say, events.
Okay, yeah, so I was hosting and producing speaking events for a TV personality a few years ago, fantastic guy, but I became severely ill, and I was nearly died, and then after that I was like, I fancy doing something else. So Bear Grylls kindly invited me to his house, went up to Bear's house, and I showed him a few things and sort of like pitching a few things to him. And first pitch was like on a different event, he was like, I don't know about that. Second one was like, possibly. And then I had this old map that I had sort of done the route of the American with the American flag on the American map, and I showed it to him, and I think this sounds a bit crazy, but I said, I'm going to set up a relay going across America. And he just looked at it and he goes, this could be a documentary. And I'm just like, God, I can't believe he said that. And I just thought to myself, why don't we have like a torch, like, you know, the Olympic Games torch relay or the Commonwealth Games torch relay? It's really cool. Why don't we have something like that? And that's where the idea come from, and I was just like, Statue of Liberty torch. So then I got in touch with Tom Osman, who created the Commonwealth Games band for the Queen. He said, yeah, I'm up for it. Then I got in touch with the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island Foundation. They sent us the sort of blueprints for the torch, and I wanted like a no expenses spared torch made of steel representing inner strength, copper representing connectivity between people, and 24 karat gold on the flame representing success and divinity. And then the next sort of plan of action for that was, because I'm ex-military, was to get some military people on board.
Mark, tell us about the founding figures.
Yeah, so the founding figures, I mean, it sounds a little bit like founding fathers, but I don't want anyone to sort of like, how dare you compare them with the founding fathers. cars and stuff like that. But you know, you're sort of going through life and you might listen to a song that's gonna, and it's like, oh yeah, that can help me. Or you can watch a movie that can inspire you, or you can read a book and the quote from that book will help you greatly. So a lot of the founding figures, I mean, I haven't met most of them, but each one of them has had an important impact to get this event to where it is at the moment.
What is the deal with the number 7, and what has it got to do with the event and the events in general?
So, the number 7, I mean, this sounds a little bit crazy, I guess, to some people. So, I was on a train a few years ago, and I was looking at like an old sort of map of Great Britain, and I looked at the last 4 places where I had lived, which was, I was an army commando in Arbroath in Scotland, I was a bodyguard in Park Lane in London, then I moved across to Cardiff, where I was a personal fitness trainer, then I went to Haverfordwest, and I looked at it, and I could see, if I turned it around and sort of put it in a mirror, it was in the shape of the number 7, and I didn't think much of it, but then I thought, I was in 7 Commando Battery, and then I thought, I was in the army for 7 years, and then I thought, I was in 2-9 Commando, and I didn't really know what numerology was at the time, and I was like, 2 take away 9, that's 7, and then I was like, oh, my birthday's on the 25th of January 1974, so 2 plus 5 is 7, January is 7 letters long. 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 4 is 21, which is 3 7s. So that was quite shocking to me when I first seen it, because I'd never seen anything like that before. Yeah, so the number 7 is just a number that revolves around my life a lot. Then you can see this, but I didn't even want to go to 7 Commando Battery. I wanted to stay in like 8 Battery or 7-9 down in Plymouth, because it was closest to where I lived. But you can see in the American flag there's 7 red stripes of valor, and the whole event is based on the number 7 then. So we've got 77 cities, and there's going to be 7,777 Liberty Torch bearers.
So Mark, could we go into more detail about the founding figures, the Magnificent 7 and the Immortal Angels?
All right. I shall tell you about the Magnificent 7 and the Immortal Angel Sam. It's very cinematic, isn't it? I have to say. Yeah, so because of all of these number 7s came into my life, I could see certain other people with the number 7 in their life. I mean, the first person that I noticed it on was Brad Pitt, the second person, David Beckham, which is a more obvious number 7. And then it's kind of like you got your reticular activating system in your brain. So once you see something that aligns, then you'll see more of it. You could be driving, say if you're driving a Ford Mustang, you don't see many on the road until you buy one, and then you're seeing them again and again, sort of thing. Yes, that was it really. Ronaldo was an obvious number 7, but he only went into it in the last few months. Yeah, so one of the things that I noticed about a lot of these people is they are all high achievers, but they're all kind, just good people. Most of them have got humility, they're down to earth, and it's the sort of person that I could sort of definitely relate to, even though we don't do the same sort of profession.
Why did you come up with the name Immortal Angels? What does that mean?
Yes, again, it's very cinematic, isn't it? Immortal because, you know, and like many other people, I just believe that this isn't the end. This is just a part of our journey. So I don't actually believe we die, if you like. You know, there's something beyond this physical body. And angels, kind people, you know. I think they're good. They've got good hearts. I think they're genuine people. And I look at some of the people that have sort of influenced me and stuff, and I look at the stuff that Michael Sheen is doing for sort of communities around Wales. I mean, it's just absolutely spectacular. Even the other day I was watching Disney Plus and just watching Taylor Swift giving away $190 something million, to lorry drivers and some of her cast, and to sort of share it out a lot more. And I do think that I think angels walk this earth.
Will you be adding more people to this list?
I will, Sam. I definitely will.
How can people get involved, Mark?
Yeah, so the way people can get involved with this is they can donate to the GoFundMe, they can volunteer, or they can sign up to become a Liberty Torch bearer.
Is this event going to be a one-time thing, or is it going to be an annual event?
Yeah, so the plan of action is it's going to be an annual event eventually. With this first one, it's just getting everything together, getting it up and running. We're very fortunate to have some incredible people coming on board. We've got Dave McGilvery, the Boston Marathon race director. He's come on board, he's helping with it. All these incredible military generals and admirals have come in on. So I'm very honoured and I'm very grateful with all of that stuff. Also, beyond the Run a Hope Liberty Torch Relay, because the route is obviously in the shape of the glorious American flag, I think what we're gonna do is then we're gonna push for other events. So we've got the Stars and Stripes motorcycle mega ride as part of America's most patriotic route. You can't get any more patriotic than the American flag, can you? Let's face it. Love Liberty live concerts. So the plan of action is, when we're going through these 77 cities, is to set up concerts in each of these cities. Now, you do not want to hear me sing, so that's mainly up to the sort of the big stars that we're inviting on board for this. I don't control what they do, but let's see if we can get a lot of the big stars on board, and then with a lot of the money that comes in for these events, we'll put the events on, make sure everybody gets paid, and then push a lot of the money back out into the community, communities to help people. Also, two other ones that we're doing. We're going to be doing the Stars and Stripes cycling tour, and also the Stars and Stripes Supercar 7 rally. Yeah, and with things like the motorcycle mega ride, what we want is this like mass participation, huge mega ride going across America, celebrating freedom, liberty, the American dream, helping others, and peace and love and unity. So ultimately, this does go back to the Martin Luther King quote: "Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that." And with these series of events, my job and the job of my team is to push love, peace and kindness out to people.
What advice would you give to people who are going through a difficult time?
The advice I'd give to people that are going through very challenging times, and I know that there are many at this specific time in history, I would say surround yourself with positive people, read positive personal development things, whether they're my books or somebody else's books. I would also say music, listen to music, those angels will uplift you, and also inspirational movies, whether it's a superhero movie or just something that's like really uplifting, but look to the light and stay positive, because there's a better world out there. So also the significance of what Anthony Hopkins said, blessed are the meek for they shall inherit the earth. I don't have a specific religion. Of course, that's something from Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount, I believe. Even though I don't have a specific religion, I do 100% believe that the meek will inherit the earth. And I think that the kind and considerate and empathetic people will take over this earth. But we're going to need a team of angels to do that, a team of very strong-minded individuals. So yeah, and as strange as it might seem, someone without a specific religion believing in a prophecy, I do 100% believe in Revelation and what the Christians talk about, peace on earth. The Buddhists believe peace on earth. Jewish people believe there'll be a peace on earth. And Muslims believe that as well. So yeah, I'm optimistic.